Alright, ways to do these roses on lightburn. And I have this one version. So we're going to come here. First, I'm going to type in skull, hand holding a rose. So here's some of what we can pick, which I like this one right here. So I'm going to copy. And just remember, if you copy things off of Google, they're not for resale because it can have, a licensing on it. So what you want to do is these are only things you can give away, you can keep, but you're not supposed to be able to sell. That is what I'm going to tell you because it's true. And then we're going to paste it. So as you can see, it's a little fuzzy, but it'll be all right. So we'll click on the picture, right click, trace image. And as you see, it's not tracing the way we want. Zoom in. Turn down your threshold until it does what you want it to do. And now it looks so much prettier, as you can see. And then click OK. Now we can separate them. Get rid of that. Now I'm going to duplicate because I'm going to show you a few different things. I'm just going to duplicate a couple times, so just in case we want to play. So put those aside. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to ungroup and just kind of come in here, take out little things I don't want. I'm kind of close to the phone, so it might sound funny sometimes, and I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, I wasn't showing you guys what I was doing. I'm just deleting all of these tiny little ones that I don't want in here. This one here. I'm not going to show you all that I'm deleting, so I'm just going to pause you for a minute until I'm done and then show you. Alright, so I got rid of all the stuff I think I wanted to, which was like anything in here that didn't look like it was the bone. Next, what you want to do, I am actually going to delete my outer part. Cut. Bye-bye. And then I'm going to this. I'm going to do my own because I want it a little bigger because what was around it would be too close for me. I'm going to take it in some. That's much better for me at least. So for me, this 0.0825 was a good one for me. So you can just up and down it. There's inward, outward, both. I always use outward when I'm doing this, but you still get, I'll show you. Come back over here, separate them, and you come over here, ungroup these, because I only want the outside. I'm sorry that it keeps on doing that. There we go. Okay. And then just delete all the stuff that was inside. And to make sure it goes right where I want it, I'm just going to put it near it. Do the whole thing. Push this. Or not. It's not going to work for this one because I forgot to do something. I'll show you what I forgot. We need to group these back together. Now we can do it. And now we do the whole thing, and now we can do it. Now put it nice. So now we have this part ready. I want to fill it and see how it looks. I'm not going to have it filled when I do the other. I just like to use this to make sure everything looks the way I would want it to. So that's all I use for that. And now I'm going to do the duplicate. I deleted the old duplicates because I had this one done nicely. So duplicate and duplicate, just so I can show you a few different things. Now we're going to go back in here, and then we're going to do like rose, stem, SVG, and that'll come up with a lot of things we can use. So like one of them we could use is one that's kind of already done. Like if you wanted to use this whole one, you could use that as a cut, but I just want to do that. Copy, paste. Then I'm going to trace it again. And since I only want part of it, oh yeah, never mind the trace on this one. I'm going to show you something else actually. So I'm going to come over here, pick this circle, and I'm going to do this. Alright, circle, come forward for me. There we go. I just changed the color to red and now I can see. I'm going to maneuver this circle, well, oval now, where I want it. And kind of maneuver this the way I want it, hopefully. Let's see. It's not wanting to do what I want. Is a little bit better. So now what I want to do, I'm going to go around this whole thing. Then you're going to right click, apply mask to image, and that does that. And now we're going to flatten mask, and that gives you just that. So here's this, and then you can go in and trace, and we can kind of try to get it more what we want. I picked the wrong stem for this, but we're just going to work with it for a minute so I can kind of show you. Or I'm just going to take away these leaves because they're not doing what I want. So I'm going to come down here. And then I can get rid of that. So now I have one that says love over here. And then I can attach it like so if I wanted. Let's see, I'm going to turn it around actually. There we go. I want it that way. And change it to black because it's easier for me to see. And just get it maneuvered the way I want it to be. And make sure it's over a little bit like that. And I'm going to change it from fill to line. I don't know if I have to, but I'm just doing it to get it out of my way. Okay, I forgot to weld those, so they're being funny. I just need you over here. So what I need to do now is I gotta weld this. So we click on the whole thing, click weld, and as you can see, it is now attached. There's a whole thing now. So this is gonna cut out like this for you. Turn it this way so you can see it's love. And then I want to click on this one, your offset, and I'm gonna make it a bigger offset because that's gonna be my back part. So here we go, click OK. And now I have the front of the rose and I have my back of my rose. So I have these two that can cut out nicely. So that's to show you how to do the mask images, just in case you don't know how to do masking. I don't know if you do or not. So our next one we're gonna do, I'm gonna take this one, bring it in, Alright, we still have this the way we want. Let me fill it in again to make sure. I filled that one. Come on. Fill my silly thing. It's fighting. Okay, I guess that is fill for some reason. It would be alright. I just wanted to see it a little better. But anyway, so we're going to go back to my Google Images. We're going to find a new stem. So let's find another stem we like. I'm going to go simple and pick this one here. Let's see, I should be able to, yeah, make a line. So we're gonna, well, actually, never mind, because the way that's gonna cut right there, we're not gonna like that. So we'll find another one we'll like. Alright, I'm gonna put pause so this doesn't take forever and find one that's good. I'm gonna pick this one with the thorns here. Why not? We already got a skull, let's get some thorns. So copy your image. Come back in here and paste it. Now we're going to come down here and we're going to trace the image. And we're going to want this part of it, but we're going to separate it. So we need this half first. Make sure it's the way I want it. So I'm going to take away some. Maybe add. Let me see how this looks. I think I like that way. Alright, so here's that one first. And then I need to trace again so I can have the bottom half of my rose. So there we go. Now we have both sides. Get rid of the picture. Now with this one, what I'm going to do, turn it. Bring this up here. Turn that. Now with this one, we're going to add our own lettering. So come over here, click on your A, go to your fonts. If you don't have a lot of the fonts, so there is a website called Creative Fabrica. They are doing a deal right now where you can pay for a whole year for like $50. It comes to $4.99 a month, which is a good deal. I was paying like $20, but you get all kinds of fonts and all kinds of like SVG designs, like burn files, like you get them all for only $4.99 a month. So it's pretty awesome. I like it. So I'm gonna pick one of my cursive ones. I'm just gonna pick this one. I'm going to type out love. Hey, you didn't do my cursive. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, you go to that. There we go. Now it should. O-V-E, and then over here. Now pick what size I want compared to this, which that's actually a good size. So I'm gonna make my stems bigger. Now I need to do one stem at a time to attach because you can't do both at once. So when you attach, you want to make sure it overlaps just a little, like that. And highlight your whole thing. Come over here. Right here is your weld. Click that. And your whole thing is welded together. Then you come back, pick the size of your stem. And we need to get our rose away so we can do this. There we go. And then we're going to pick where we want the back stem, and again make sure it's in a little and highlight the whole thing, weld again, and now your rose is all together right here, and click on it, get it where you want it. So we need to have where we want it to weld on here. Once again, you want it to slightly go in. I want it to add up with this part right here is what I'm looking for. So it's where I liked it to be. And now we're going to highlight the whole thing again and weld. And now it's all one piece here. So here you are. So that is all together. And once again, we are going to come back in here, offset, have it where you want it. I'm gonna make this one a little bigger just to show you. And then okay. And then we separate them. Now my computer wants to be slow. Alright, so they are separated. We'll turn them into the one color as well so you can see a little better. So there's that. And just to show you in the lines. So we're going to change it to lines so I can just show you how it'll look. Alright, and I got one more I'm going to show you where this is all going to be like outlined so you don't have this so small. It's kind of how I did this one. But some people don't like not having, you know, where your E is and your O is, but I'm going to show you just in case. So we're going to go down. What we'll need to do. That came apart on me. You silly thing. We're just going to delete that. So I'm going to bring this down here. Those need to move. This is the last one I'm going to show. So I want to ungroup these, which it looks like it is already, and cut the outside. So here's just your outside here. And that means I can also ungroup again. I'm going to get rid of this time. So now we don't have that one stem piece sticking out that's down here. If you want it, you could always do that for those other ones too, just to get rid of it in the first place. But when I do it this way, I can leave those, but I'm gonna do this smaller. So then when it cuts, it's not gonna be as big of a spot. Okay, hold on, I can't do this one-handed. You know what? I'm just gonna make it go away. That's all. I'm gonna take them away. They're gone. Alright, so then we're gonna go back, get our stem again. I'm just gonna do this one again. Copy. We'll do the same thing. Paste. Trace. That again, where I'm going to use, oh, sorry. So I'm just going to do the half again. Make sure, all right, make sure I don't have any other little pieces like that. I'm going to come down just a hair. There we go. So now I don't have a piece of that rose. So we get that, pull it out, go and trace again. Get my bottom part out where I want it, right here. So now I have these pieces again and cut, and they'll be, make them the size I want again. All right. And once again, I'll need to move that one down a little. And we're going to go in here again. Pick the one I like. think I'll just stick, maybe I'll do this one just to do something different. Let's see. Let's see, how does the L on that one look? There we go. E. So these ones come out separate, so we're going to weld them. Oh, they welded themselves, so we're good. So we're going to come over here, line it where we want it. There we go. And come back over here and weld. Make sure it did it. And it did. And bring this one wherever we want it. And always make sure you overlap a little. And highlight the whole thing. Weld again. Now, I'm going to come over here, do this. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you guys what I was doing. I was just putting it near it. I haven't welded anything yet. Trying to bring them up. I know I'm all over the place. Get this where I want it. And I'm still gonna put this in to weld it, which I'm gonna make sure it goes in a little further, which I forgot to do one thing to make things weld. These are all separated still, so I have to come in here, group them together, or else you can't weld. So all of this is grouped together now, and now I'll attach it and make sure it's where I want it to be. So I want it on both sides. And highlight the whole thing. Weld. And see, it's welded. And then I want to offset the whole thing. And I want it a very thin offset, because I'm just going to make this all like that. To where everything's around this one again. Click OK. And we have to ungroup it for just a second to get in here and take away any of these extra circles. Ungroup again this one. Now we take away any extra circles just to keep our computer from, having more work to do than it needs to do for our machine. So just go in, make sure there's no extras like that. And also you want to always make sure none of these look like they're too close. There's another one up here. So just kind of look it all over. Make sure it's the way you want it. So now that I have it the way I like it, there's this one. And the way it's going to cut is more like this, where your name will be cut out of the center of it. So it'll be more like this. Sorry, I didn't get everything out yet. And then we will come back in here, group it all together, and we will offset again to make our back piece, however big you want it. Click OK. Pull your pieces apart just to make sure it didn't make any extra pieces in here you need to take away. And there is 3 different ways you can do that. So I guess if you guys have questions, let me know. I know this ended up being a long video, but I wanted to show you all 3 processes that I go through. So there we are. Thank you.